Well, hello. This is Mark Baird in Miami, Florida. Thanks for viewing my video. We're going to be talking a little bit today about some marketing tips to help enhance your performance in network marketing. And the thing I want to talk to you about today is something that I have struggled with in the very beginning when I got involved in network marketing many years ago. And it's follow-up strategies. And follow-up strategies, if you don't have a good follow-up strategy, if you don't understand what you need to be doing with follow-ups, you really run the risk of hamstringing your business efforts to where you're just not going to be that successful in network marketing. So let's talk a minute about what we need to do to set an effective follow-up strategy and then hold ourselves to that particular strategy. Okay, so the bottom line is, in traditional sales, what do they teach you? Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up till they buy or die, right? So it's like, yeah, sit on their chest until they buy or die. Well, you know, that works for traditional sales because you're usually trying to market a higher ticket item and there's fewer prospects within your market that are interested in your particular item. And so the whole goal of sales is to go out there and find the willing prospects. And then the people that are the lukewarm prospects, we're going to massage them and use sales techniques and sophisticated approaches to heighten their level of interest over time so that they finally become a prospect and we can close them, right? Network marketing is totally different. Understand that right at the beginning. With network marketing, we have no limited target audience. We have a huge market, right? I mean, you know, if you could get information out about a really good network marketing opportunity in front of the whole population in the United States of 300 million people, you would have such a large number of prospects who would raise their hand and say, I'm interested. You would not be able to handle them. So it's a volume equation. We need to handle it more like mass marketing, promotional marketing, which is the art of putting information in front of people, right? So get out of the mindset that you're going to close them, okay? So you need to decide in advance whether or not you're going to follow up, okay? And you want to base your strategy totally on lead volume, okay? If you have a fairly manageable supply of leads, it only makes sense to follow up, but the real question is, do you follow up more than one time? Keep in mind that one of the mistakes I made early on when I got involved in network marketing in my business career, I had a traditional business real estate development background, and I was taught to, you know, follow up till they buy or die. And I spent so much time following up on people that at one point, not only did it drive me insane listening to their excuses, well, I haven't ruled it out, Mark, I'm still considering several options, you know, and I finally figured out, hey, we live in a polite culture. They're just trying to be polite, you know. They're saying no, okay? Keep in mind when people look at anything, right? We live in a very polite culture, so don't be confused or misled, okay? There are probably 50 things that I have an interest in. I got time, money, and attention for the top 3 or 4 on that list. So when somebody tells you they're interested, you need to determine where it is on that priority list, that internal priority list in their mind, okay? And that helps bring it to the surface and, you know, to see whether or not you're going to discount them as a prospect, okay? So we have some techniques you can use to do that. But keep in mind, everybody's got this internal priority list they're working on, and just because they say they're interested doesn't mean it's on the top of the list, okay? So you can spend so much time following up with people that you don't have time to actually find new prospects, and that is a recipe for failure. A lot of times distributors start thinking, well, you know, I got so many people to follow up with, I just really can't afford to go out and spend time getting new leads. Wrong. You need to spend all your time getting new leads. The interested people, even if you didn't follow up with them, are going to come back to you. So base your strategy on lead volume. If you got a low lead volume or a manageable lead volume, follow up once. Know when it's okay to stop, and know when it's okay to track. Tracking is the procedure of you follow up with somebody and you build a good rapport with them and you know that they're potentially a good prospect for you, but there's just something happening in their life that's preventing them from moving forward. You can actually put that person on a long-term follow-up list and track them over time, you know, follow up maybe every month or so, or put them on a drip list. Okay. So in following up, one of the things you want to do when you first talk to a prospect, you want to determine, you know, once they've looked at some information or once you've given them a, you know, put them on a 3-way call with a, you know, 800 number sizzle call, or you've screened them somehow, you want to know whether you want to even waste your time following up with them. So the most important, the strategy I've found that works the best is actually to use the famous 1 in 10 question. So Bob, based on what you've seen so far, if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being sort of interested, 10 being sign me up now, where would you say your interest level is right at this point? Let them tell you. And it'll surprise you. Sometimes people are sitting there going, yeah, yeah, wow, wow. You give them the 1 to 10 question, they go, it's a 3. You just don't know. And other times they'll be very non-committal, and they'll be saying, well, okay, well, they're not, or not saying anything as you're giving them the picture over the phone. Then you say on a scale of 1 to 10, and they go, I'm a 9.5. Hey, so use this question. It works, I guarantee you. If they're 6 to 10, or actually in my book, I rate it up to 8 to 10, and then if they're on the higher end of that list, set a specific time for a follow-up. Well, Bob, I tell you what, let's set a specific time. I'm going to send you this additional information off. Let's get back together. How are you tomorrow at exactly 2:30? Great. I got it set in my book. Did you write it in your book? Okay. Follow up at that specific time. Okay. Don't leave it open-ended. If they're below a 5, or depending on your lead volume, you may want to up that to below a 6 or below a 7. Gap them. Say, grab a pen, Bob, I understand. Let me give you a couple of resources you can go to and check out. And if it looks like something you want to pursue, or if you have questions, feel free to give me a call. Here's my number. Forget following up on them. Don't waste your time. And then the no follow-up strategy based on high volume. Now, I developed this years ago. I've been in MLM for 22 years, and I developed some really good strategies many years ago based on little tickler ads in the newspaper where I tweaked them and ramped them up and got them up to about 60 to 100 leads a week. And then I was flooded. I screened them through a 2-minute recorded voicemail summary, and then I brought groups of 10 people into my living room 3 times a day, played a videotape, and sent them out the door. So I did a very strong takeaway because I did not have time to follow up with everybody. So I said, look, let me tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who's dead serious, who wants to put themselves into an incredible income stream over the next year as this company explodes. I only have time to work with 5. So I want you to go home and think about that. I want you to think carefully about this. And but you need to get back to me. Take all the time you want, but you need to get back to me within 48 hours or I'm going to cross you off the list. Write down those words. I'm going to cross you off the list. That takeaway is extremely powerful. And I followed up with nobody. But I may have dropped a couple through the cracks, but only the dead serious 20%ers came back to me. And as a result of that, I built a powerful, powerful organization using the no follow-up. Don't try this with low volume. It's got to be high volume only. Okay. Drip system. Everybody that you talk to, even the gap people, you're going to put into a drip system, right? You want to be able to put them into a system and use autoresponders, emails to follow up with them and drip on them consistently, keeping that information in front of them a couple times a week so that your information is always in front of your prospect. It's what salespeople have done manually for years. Now we have email and autoresponders. Use the tools of technology and it'll save you a ton of time. Just because it's not right opportunity for Bob today, it may be 6 months from now. So keep that information in front of them. Keep your name in front of them. Okay. And so every time something interesting happens, recorded conference calls, you can send them a link over, invite them to impending events. New webinar for the new product, Bob. Okay. So, and what you want to do also is you can also drip on them using Outlook distribution lists. Those are pretty easy to set up. ACT group list if you're using ACT as a contact manager, or commercial email list companies. iContact is about the only one that'll let you actually upload a list without somebody actually opting in. You have to swear that they gave you permission, but they will let you do that. iContact is a great set of autoresponders built into the back office. So go set up about 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 of them. Have them go out every 3 to 4 days, so you're dripping on them and not submerging them. And then use broadcast for specific events. And then add to your autoresponders so that you keep information constantly in front of them. Okay. Now, if you would like some more information or like to get some more specific training from me, be sure to go to my blog, which is askmarkbarrett.com, my training blog, markbarrettmarketing.com, or check out my YouTube channel for some additional videos that I do on different trainings. Now, if this has been useful for you, this follow-up strategy video, hey, please comment. Let me know if it helped you out. And if you didn't like it, let me know that too. That's okay. And we will see you on the next video.